Coming up on today's episode of Comic Book Cinema, StarLord could possibly get his own movie. Jennifer Garner is going to be returning to the role of Elektra after over 20 years. The Flash bombs hard at the box office. And we just got an image of Hugh Jackman in the classic blue and yellow Wolverine outfit. You don't want to miss this one, guys.
This is the best place to get your comic book movie fix. Comic Book Cinema. Introducing your host. He has the strength of Hawkeye, the charm of Ghost Rider, and the humble attitude of Bruce Wayne. Right after he buys your mom's house, Mr. Jonathan May.
What's going on, comic book movie fans? My name is Jonathan. This is Comic Book Cinema. And we're going to kick things off with the possibility of us getting a solo StarLord film starring Chris Pratt. Mild spoilers if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yet. But in the credits of that film, we do see the text saying simply, the StarLord will return in future Marvel projects. Which honestly surprised many, including myself. And we did get the post-credit scene where Peter returns to Earth for the first time in 20 plus years, sees his grandfather, and all that jazz. And James Gunn recently was quoted saying, "Chris and I forever have talked about how great it would be to do a legendary StarLord movie. A story with StarLord on Earth trying to adapt to the environment of Earth in the same way that somebody else might try to adapt to the alien environment of outer space. He's a fish out of water and just kind of regular water." And this is the part that I want to emphasize on here. So I can't wait to see it. End quote. I don't know if this was James Gunn spilling the beans accidentally. Maybe this is a project that he got underway before he officially left Marvel. Maybe I'm speculating too much. Either way, I agree with James Gunn here. I think that it would be very interesting to see this story on film, kind of in the same vein as Captain America when he came back 70 years later after being frozen. He was a man out of time, and stories like this are always fun to see on the screen.
You've been asleep, Cap, for almost 70 years.
Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Will we get a movie like this? Moving on to The Flash, despite Michael Keaton's return as Batman that was heavily pushed in the marketing material, The Flash is currently sitting at only $261 million. For most other films, this would be a great success. But the fact that this movie is probably upwards in the neighborhood of 400 to possibly even as crazy as 500 million when you total in the production budget and the marketing, yeah, it's looking like it's probably not going to be breaking even. Along with Shazam, it's been a pretty rough year for DC. In a span of 3 months, DC has released 2 of the biggest box office flops of all time. It really makes me wonder how Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2 are going to end up doing at the box office. After seeing the trailers for Blue Beetle, it looks like it should be a decent film. It's got a pretty cool cast with George Lopez included in there, but I don't have high hopes for this film. The same with Aquaman. The first Aquaman film was a billion-dollar movie. One of DC's few billion-dollar films in their illustrious history. And even Aquaman 2, I just don't feel like that's going to get anywhere near that billion-dollar mark. Honestly, at this point, I think Aquaman would be extremely lucky to get $5 or maybe even $600 million. At least with Blue Beetle, it was a film that they were initially going to put directly onto HBO Max, but then some of the production heads said, wait a minute, this film is actually really good. We should probably put this in theaters to see if we can make a little extra money. But with Aquaman 2, so far the rumblings have not been so stellar. The future of the DCEU, what's left of it at least, is not looking very bright. At this point, I truly believe that audiences are just completely over that version of the DC Universe and are ready to move forward in 2025 with James Gunn's rebranded and rebooted DCU. And when we look back at The Flash, I really honestly don't think that Ezra Miller's crimes and spotty reputation, to be polite, are to blame here. I actually thought the film was decent. I'm probably in the minority when it comes to that, but I had a good time with the film. Some of the special effects in the movie were a little hard for some audience members to just look over. For a film that's been in production for years and years and years, It seems like they probably could have polished that CGI just a little bit better in some of those scenes. But I really don't think that Ezra Miller is to blame here. Like I said earlier, I think that general movie audiences are just over the DCEU. Lately, there's been a lot of buzz about Deadpool 3, which is releasing May the 3rd of 2024. We've had several cast members confirmed already. To name a few, Morena Baccarin, I'm probably mispronouncing that name, but she will return as the love interest for Deadpool. The actress that played Negasonic Teenage Warhead will be returning, as well as Blind Al. And among some of these returns, there have been even rumblings and rumors that we could possibly see some old Fox X-Men returning. The likes of Magneto and Professor X have been floating around the rumor mill. Even the possibilities of the old school Fantastic Four returning. And Ben Affleck's Daredevil, just to name a few. But folks, hold on to your butts. This has officially been confirmed. After over 20 years, Jennifer Garner is returning to the role of Elektra in this movie. I'm assuming this is going to be a smaller role. I really don't see this character coming back for a large supporting role in the film. But going off the rumors that we have heard, and this official confirmation, I truly think that this is going to be a cameo-crazy film. Possibly even an homage to the old Fox universe. But that's not all, folks. For the past week or so, we've heard lots of rumors about the possibility of Hugh Jackman wearing the classic Wolverine outfit, and now it's officially been made official by both Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds on their Instagram. They both gave us this beautiful nugget. When I first saw this, I thought it was just some random Photoshop. There's been a lot of that going around as of late, but when I found out it was real, I was really just shocked by how close to the comic books this costume is. Although it is a little odd to me that they're choosing to put sleeves on Hugh Jackman, who has been spending the past half year getting jacked again for this role. But overall, the costume, I think at least, looks really cool. I cannot wait to see this film. I think this is probably the first comic book film that's upcoming that I'm actually truly, utterly hyped about. Some of the films that we've got more recently have taught me to be a little more cynical when it comes to comic book cinema. Thanks for watching, guys. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the social medias. And until next time, have a great day.